Welcome to the Pew!
Welcome to the Pew, the only show that starts before the actors or the...
Already, before we even know what we're going to say.
Yes.
Or whether we're going to say.
Or whether we're going to say.
Or whether what we're going to say is even funny. Or whether we're just going to bore the Pewers.
It's always funny.
Well, first we want to introduce the brand new Pew shirts. Be the first on your block to announce to the world that you are a depraved YouTube watcher.
It's not be the first on your block. Be the only one in your state.
Right, because I think we made less than the 50 states, so you actually could be the only one in your state.
Yeah, I don't even think we made 50 shirts.
No, we made 30 of them, so you could be the only one in your state to have this shirt.
But wouldn't that be amazing to be the only one in your state?
It says pure.
Pure discretion
is advised.
Because our show is very filled with dangerous ideas, but dangerous...
It's got one of Michael's zombie boys on it, and the shield design, I think, was by Jason J, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
And it's available at projectxarchive.com/shop or
michaelalley.com.
So
no /shop or anything like that, just simple michaelalley.com.
Now that we're done selling, it's time to get to something serious.
Yeah, we've never started selling.
We've never started or stopped.
Or we've started. I don't know, something
We've
like
never
that.
stopped selling, but we actually never sell.
Well, we sell something, but...
Yeah, a tiny amount.
But Ernie's never satisfied.
No, I want more.
Ernie, although he's a Mexican-American, there's more American in him, I think, than Mexican, because he's thoroughly Americanized.
Oh, okay. Well, is that a compliment?
No. Yes.
Michael thinks it's time to sink or swim.
Oh! Michael does not think it's time to sink or swim. Michael thinks it's time to swim. Michael never thinks it's time to sink.
Okay.
Michael thinks it's time to swim or swim faster.
Okay. This is our 152nd episode. And...
Why does it say James? Say James is a liar on the top of the screen.
Well, isn't he?
Yes! But did we say that on every episode?
It's just your daily reminder.
Is that the name of the show?
No, it's like the calendar. You rip off a page every day and it has like a pithy saying.
Oh my god. We should make a calendar. Another product that nobody is interested
interested in buying.
Another product that nobody understands.
Where there will be pithy sayings
that only we understand.
And a select few Pewers.
Yes, so us and 29 other viewers will understand.
Stay tuned for that.
Is there somebody knocking at the door?
No.
Okay. So Ernie has decided that if by the 200th episode we don't have 5,000, it's sort of like. Ernie was saying last night that it was sort of like this guy Jim Baker. I had to Google him.
Televangelist.
From the 80s, I guess, or when we.
Oh, he was from decades ago.
Yeah, decades ago.
None of you watching were born at that time.
Right, but he was some famous televangelist who said that famously said that God had told him that if he didn't raise $1 million by next week, his show was going to go off the air. And so Ernie is like that man. And he's saying that if we don't have 5,000 subscribers, he's going to boil this rabbit. No, he's going to pull the plug on the whole show, and it's going to go off the air. I think 200 is a wonderful number, but I think 2,000 is an even better one.
I think $2,000 is a great number.
200,000 is even
dollars is even better. Yeah.
And I will say,
we don't even
I will
have
use
$20.
I will use a Pew expression. I'll say, no, you're wrong, because the benefit that we get out and that the Pewers get out of the show far outweighs its unprofitability. We are rich in other things.
Rich in adulation.
Rich in adulation and rich in the knowledge that we have our own show.
Well, on that note, please, we'll be back in a minute while I go cash in some of the adulation and pay the rent.
Yes. And turn our own camera off.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? 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 Are you
Welcome back to the pew.
Welcome back to the pew.
Michael's sad because the number 200 is approaching.
Oh, your birthday is next week?
Yes, and then we'll celebrate yours right after. Maybe we should celebrate together.
No, well, you know, I have that in my fear of thing, you know, my phobia of things ending. But, yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about the possibility that we're going to end the Pew at episode 200 because we can't find a team to help us. And when I say that we can't find a team to help us...
I think you said it wrong. This is a perfect example of my... Pardon the 80s expression, all of you out there who don't like 80s expressions, but it's a perfect example of my Vinnie Barbarino syndrome that I coined the phrase of.
That's 70s, darling.
Okay, 70s, 80s, 90s, they're all the same. All retro to me. But for those of you out there who don't know, Vinnie Barbarino was a character in Welcome Back, Kotter, who was very...
Played by John Travolta.
Yes, and he was very handsome and very well-liked and popular, and... he was so handsome and well-liked and popular that he could not get a date for the Sadie Hawkins dance, which is where the female asks the males to dance, because all of the women thought, well, he's Vinnie Barbarino. He must have a million girls asking him to the dance. I'm not going to ask him. And it's been kind of the story of our lives, is that everybody thinks, well, they must have a million. They don't need anything. They must have everybody offering them, whatever.
When in fact, what we need is a production team, because we've had a lot of generous offers from viewers who've offered us microphones and high definition cameras, but the reality is that we don't need that. We need people who are willing to film the Pew and who, more importantly, are willing to edit it to produce the show, because right now it's just us doing it and it's becoming overwhelming.
And not only that, but now it's really us literally doing the show, filming the show, and trying to make a documentary about doing the show, all at the same time, and we can't. It's
unmanageable.
It's literally impossible.
So if you know a production team that has access to a studio in Manhattan on Saturdays or Sundays and can film this every week, let us know, because we're looking for one.
Or if you know of a publicity team or something like that can help something.
No, we need a production team, not publicity.
But a publicity team could get the production team.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But they work together. Yeah, I could have.
Bitches want to know.
Well, that's what bitches want to know. Bitches want to know if you have a... This bitch wants to know if you know of any production team or publicist. Okay.
Production, not publicist.
Publicist.
Production.
Publicist. Publiction. We need a publiction team.
Nikki Koralik, who goes by @NikkiBusyBee, wants to know if we lost many friends during the AIDS crisis, and was that an impetus to help ACT UP? Well, first of all, I never helped ACT UP because I didn't like them.
I will confess that I did help ACT UP.
No, you acted up. But you didn't help ACT UP.
That was what they call a Freudian slip. I did.
In fact, if we could just play some clips of Michael talking about AIDS in the 80s.
Ernie's gonna help me. Ernie's gonna help me answer the question.
Sensitive outbursts.
Now, my planned insensitive outbursts, that while they seemed insensitive and seemed unplanned, were actually meticulously planned in order to cause outrage that would help spur the government out of their inert inaction and into creating medicines for people with AIDS. So yes. I am responsible.
So when Michael ran around saying, I hope you get AIDS in your butt, he was actually trying to get the government to take action.
Do you want me to follow the dots? By me saying that, and the camera crew on me saying that, and putting it on a show or talking about it in a magazine about how awful it is, it got people talking about it, and those people started ACT UP, and ACT UP got the government to fix everything.
So, there you go. Michael Alig cured AIDS.
Yes.
See you next time.
Bye.